Whew, I'm a little ripe. Hi everyone, I'm Rob, and this is On the Cheap Tips, Cheap Laughs. Now some of you guys know that due to my recent weight loss, I've been getting hit on a lot more. Let's just face it, I'm a hot bitch now. So the other day, I'm driving home from the beach and I'm looking all tan and hot and sexy cruising down the highway in my car. And I come to a stoplight. And as I'm waiting at the stoplight, I see this hot guy on a motorcycle pull up next to me. I mean, he was hot. He had like tattoos and scruff. He was hot. So I glance over at him and I realize that he's smiling at me. And so, I smile back because I'm a polite guy. But then he continues to smile at me. And I start to realize that this guy's flirting with me. So then the light turns green and we start to go. And as we're driving, I see that he's keeping up with my car to stay in my view to flirt with me while we're driving down the highway. And as we get to the next light, I'm totally reminded of like an old 80s movie where the guy's like chasing the girl down the highway on his motorcycle to like prove his love. And all of a sudden my mind goes into an 80s movie montage.
This could be love because
So as we're sitting there, I get all brave and I roll down my window and I'm like, are you following me? And he's like, yeah, you're hot. And I'm like, me? No. Tell me more. So this continued on the highway for quite some time where we would like stop at every red light and talk to each other a little bit and get to know one another. So towards the end of my journey, I'm like, you know what? This guy deserves my number. I mean, he worked hard for it. That is the most impressive thing that any guy has ever done for me. He earned that number. So I give him my number and I'm like, text me later, and we go our separate ways. And once I get home, I got a text from him. So we start texting each other, and as we're texting each other, I realize I don't really know what he looks like. Now keep in mind, he had on a helmet and glasses, and all I could see was like this part of his face, which was hot, but that's the only part I saw. So I text him and I'm like, this is a little embarrassing, but I have no clue what you look like. Could you send me a picture? So as I'm waiting for the picture, I'm thinking maybe he looks like Tom Cruise from Top Gun. Or maybe he looks like Johnny Depp in Cry Baby. Yeah, I can have me some of that. And I'm like all excited to get this picture. So then he finally sends the picture and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not what I expected. Now I'm not gonna say that he was ugly, but he definitely was no Tom Cruise. There goes my 80s movie fantasy. Maybe he could just keep the helmet and glasses on forever. Nobody's perfect. Well, that's all the cheap laughs that I have for you today. Make sure that you comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you all this Monday for another cheap tip, and next Friday for more cheap laughs. Bye! With shaving sometimes comes the dreaded razor bumps. Now, it doesn't matter if you're going to the beach or just trying to get a little action. We want to make sure that the nether region is looking tight.